Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's Tuesday night and it's time for Crystal League Live action. My name is Lewpac and joining me, of course, is Tazzik and Bogul as we're going to dive into some high-level Crystal League action. What do we got in store tonight, Mr. Tazzik, and how the devil are you?
We got level 3 and level 5s today, so we're gonna go from the level 3 average kind of action to level 5 banger kind of action. I'm doing quite well. Been trying to watch a lot of Hellgates over the last weekend. Unfortunately, we had to move our show, but that show will be coming soon. But yeah, I
Hey.
mean, I'm really ready to see the new sort of meta shift, right? It's not that
I
big,
haven't seen
but
like
yeah, there's nothing
major,
much.
not major shifts yet, but I believe we should see some interesting things, whether it's still the prevalence of arcanes. We've
Lewpac, we
seen
can
a
hear
lot
your
of this
game
stuff
sounds, I
of
think.
balanced anti-hail stuff as
Sorry.
well.
Yeah, and especially too because what the arcane nerf was about a second, I think, on the magic shock, which I think it'll probably still be able to be played a lot, right? Whereas a lot of other stuff got big, axe damage got nerfed pretty hard.
Yeah,
You
it's
saw,
still a big factor, but the new Axe Q is in and it's pretty
yes,
good.
yeah. Also, too, I really want to see the blight staff. I really want to see somebody pull off a 5v5 blight staff and see how it
Ah,
works, right? Because
I don't
there's so many
know.
different factors of it that could be bad that I have to see it to think if it's good or not.
I just don't think its output is enough. That's my
Yeah, that's the
my
issue with it.
main gripe. Like it's okay if you have a Judy down, but having an E that relies on another person's ability, I don't really like. Yeah, like just list the Haliful, right? Before we go into this match, quickly, it's a mobility, it's a knock up, it grants you resistance, it's an iframe, and it's an AoE heal in one ability. In what
It
world is
kinda does
anything
everything.
replacing that? What in
And then
what
you put
world are
that
you?
on a Judy, right? It's a free
Yeah.
instant full HP reset with the buff. You can do aggro or defensive plays with it, right? It's
All right,
too
here we go.
good.
By the way, first matches are going. Where do you want to start?
Think we're on Fat next to start?
All right, sounds good, Mr. Fatnex. Good to see him in action. He's been around for quite a while, but he's got this team here, Neon RPG Liet Matchu. We saw a lot from this team at the weekend. These guys had a great match. Particularly watch RPG. RPG really impressed me on his axe at the weekend. Looks like he's got. Oh no, I thought he was going for a little split there, Tazzik. I'll tell you what, I'll let you lead the fights. This is usually your show, and I'll do the analytical. So, Tazzik, take us away.
Okay. Alright. This team is going up against a really good team, though. They're up against the Bout Feeders. I have to swap POV, though, because Fatnex normally is a frontliner. He's on Shadow Caller right now.
Neon eats KFC should be the tank here, yeah. With his pole hammer.
Neon eats KFC. I do like that he's still playing the pole hammer, right? They are up against the Staff of Balance. You already see them trying to make a dive, but the root comes in off the bat. Shadow Caller is going to miss everyone on that choke, so Sheffy is just going to go straight in with a Razor Cut. He's already on Liet with a Bout Feeder in the backline as well. That not so easy coming in for the dive. They're going to keep a Bout Feeder off the backline, though. The Shadow Caller isn't getting many stacks on this front line, and Zavetu steps up a little too far, kind of messes up all of the momentum that this red team has bought for themselves. And now Hannibal, the blue team, is able to push up into the enemy team's Judy. They get a really good pierce onto Zavetu in the backline to let RPGH sit on him, but he gets knocked away, not able to finish it off with that halberd. I really like this root on the halberd, though. It lets him have so much more like potential to stay in the back. Zavetu does iframe the knockup by Neon, and Neon does have to come back to help his team stay alive on this choke. Little Fita on the enemy team heal and not doing a good job of keeping everyone alive at once. He's trying to keep everyone, but Zavetu in the corner is still one bar. He does not have a reset for that guy either. If anyone comes in with RPG, this guy could die easily. Zavetu rolls nothing. He tries to predict a halberd swing, and RPG is sitting on him, 1v2ing in the back line. Well, it's a 3v4 in the front. About feeder very low, as is Sheffy, and that not so easy. The Pierce does connect onto Sheffy, but everyone is just taking damage right now. Sheffy does stay on the choke, though. This blue team, they're all stacking on the choke instead of pushing up and spreading out, so they keep getting caught out by the AoE, and it's not working well for them at all. They do get the about feeder Pierce, though, so they could go for a kill onto the tank, but just going to be a kill onto Savetu, who RPG was sitting on the entire fight, and now Sheffy's going to
Yeah.
just run them down.
Huge pressure there from RPG on that forward, but have a quick look at Not So Easy. He's running the Black Hands.
Is he running
Very
Black Hands?
interesting option for him. Plate Black Hands. I saw him get a little knock onto the bow. But yeah, they just kind of got out momentumed eventually. The anti-heal, they looked like they had an opening in the enemy backline, but they just couldn't quite do anything with it. And they're just trying to get a couple of kills here before the
Mhm.
restart, but they don't really want to sit in front of this tent for too long.
Yeah, they did manage to get all 3 caps, though, so this team is gonna have now a choice to go bot or top. They're just gonna swap in Liet and then maybe knock him back. He is gonna be able to just walk right through about feeder, though, so he's not in too much danger right now. They're actually gonna go fight down this choke instead. They're fighting right outside the enemy team's tent. They wanna get a kill. They poison potion about feeder, looking for a lot of damage with that curse staff onto him. He's just gonna fall back, though, and they're probably gonna look to reset topside. It's really not a good idea to fight at that choke. It's really pointless.
Easy's playing really passive for a guy in plate though. Like those black hands, he needs to get in people's faces and cause some problems. He needs to work with Sheffy and Feeder up front. And he's playing like one of those old cloth death giver builds that just hides at the back. And I'm
Yeah,
not
and just waits for a one shot, right? And it's weird too because
yeah.
Sheffy's playing super aggro. He's been getting really nice razor cuts in the back line. So
Well, here
and
we
I mean,
go. They're
another
back
one
in
right
it.
there onto Liet. Yeah, they're already going back in. Sheffy's doing a great job of getting into pressure. And look at that, not so easy. He's doing nothing. He's walking at them, gets pierced. One bar to his name, getting knocked in the back line, gets put in a choke. He is a goner. Instantly dead. He did no pressure to the back line when he went in there. Really not liking the black hands, or at least the way he's playing it right now with Sheffy not really going in around the same time, not taking pressure off of each other. And now Hannibal's just going to run them down. They might kill the healer here, Little Fida. He is going to blink out of that stun, though.
It was
They
nice
should all
play from
be
them.
able to do it.
Good peeling, good support for each other on the way back out. But yeah, I definitely agree. This Black Hands is having zero impact. Like I'd rather he was
Yeah.
playing a Cleric Row blood Death Givers right now and just blinking in trying to one shot the healer. Like I would
Yeah.
actually prefer that at this point.
He did like
Apparently, people
no
have been
damage
saying
to
dual
us. Like,
daggers though. Dual daggers can be nasty at the moment with the chain slash as well.
did we
There's
see any of those on the weekend in the crystals at all?
I've seen them in Hellgates. I've not seen them yet in crystals. But I think it's gonna sneak in. Honestly, I think some of
Mhm.
the because Hellgates are quite popping right now. I think some of the Hellgate stuff will sneak in, and I think these guys are making some changes. They're taking a little bit of time to come out. And
That
it
not
looks
so
like
easy swapping over to
yeah,
the Spirit
he's
Hunter, way better, right? Way better.
yeah, this is what you want to see, and here they go.
The corrupting steel from this guy is finally going to be able to help Sheffy out a little bit. They are going to get the shadow collar onto Sheffy and about feeder. Bout feeder already taking lots of damage as the pop his potion really early. Liet doing an also very early roll up the choke is going to get purged by about feeder. So they might be looking at the choke for Liet, Sheffy, and that Spirit Hunter there. That not so easy, just stacking up on Fatnex. But he has a mage rope going. He shouldn't be lunging striking that, right? And they're going to kill about feeder who just dove way too aggro when his potion went down. He had nothing left. Should not have went up that far to try to shut down that bow. And they're going to get a triple knock up here. They might kill one more. They do get the root from the axe into a Robo Purity knockback from Machu. Hallowfall is just too nuts with the Robo Purity, man.
Yeah, that was super nice. And again, Easy was a little bit passive. Feeder was a bit aggressive there, and I've noticed that teams now this kind of squishier tank meta. You know, tanks are running Thetford poison, Limhurst poison. They're running less defensives than ever before, and they're getting punished for it. And I love to see it. I love to see, especially like this bow curse backline, appreciate how squishy a tank is and just pressure him out. And this looks like a very clean win from a very strong looking Hannibal team.
Yeah, this team might come out one more, but we might need to flex over. They're still in the tent. I'm not sure if they're swapping out the whole team's builds. Looks like they are coming back out to that south choke, maybe trying something completely new, but it's been looking really clean, right? Just a comp change isn't going to do anything for him.
Yeah,
And
the
it looks like
first
they
fight was
swapped
actually pretty
Sheffy.
good. The first fight was really good. Like it lasted quite a long time, but
Mhm.
Red's got control of the choke, and that was really helping the Star for balance. Now that the fight's more open, I just feel that Liet is doing so much damage unanswered here with this bow that I can't see a way back in for it for this Sun team. They're just not playing well enough.
Yeah, don't you know these guys at all? You know, can't you give them some tips because they're in Sun, or how's that looking out?
I just feel like their synergy maybe not quite there, like the Bear Paws Corrupted Steel combo. I'd have to know what the Black Hands game plan was,
Yeah,
because clearly there was a game plan there, but it's actually quite nice because it does purge a bow. It's a pretty good bow pressuring weapon, I guess. So like I can see the logic. You just keep slapping the bow with the E. It does a good chunk of damage
Mhm.
even in plate, and of course you're purging him as a little bonus.
Look at
But
Neon is able to pressure Zetu so much more effectively than a bout feeder on Liet. He's
especially with the
shutting
wrong
down
side of the
Zetu.
fight, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
don't even know
how
what
he
he
was
was
over
doing over
there.
there.
He is going to get poison
Yo,
potion into a
good
geyser,
kills.
though.
That's some
This
really
guy
nice
might
kills.
be dead into the Pierce Axe root. He is a goner. And now they're going to be looking at this front line. About Feeder has one bar to his name, and Little Feet is so far away. They're going to keep Robo Purity knocking him back. He won't. I don't think that bubble's going to catch him soon. He's going
Oh,
to
that was
the
a
heals
nice
on him.
that was a nice heal there from the
Yeah.
angle, but it wasn't enough. And I think Lil Fit has actually got himself in trouble. Should we jump on
This
over
one.
to Meme then? Oh, Meme's already done. So,
Let's take a look
yeah.
at Frodo Baggins then.
Frodo Baggins. So what levels have we got tonight, by the way?
This is 3 and 5. Oh, this one's pretty close. Okay, it's a little comeback attempt. 112 to 82. Frodo Baggins is a tank for Scoia'tael. They're up against Genoto's team. Geno team, or this red team that we're looking at right now, the red team. These guys have been playing together a lot in Hell Gates, in the 5v5 gates. I've been watching them a lot this weekend.
Okay.
They're pretty good. So
Do you think they'll unite under one banner? Because at the moment it's 2 ungildeds and 3 different guilds.
Well, I think it's mostly a pug team maybe that they found in like a Discord, because I see them in the Discord in the voice chat all the time playing together.
People will pay for teams that can win level 5s, right? People, when we talk about the Merc teams in this game, like people just think we're talking about like the level 9s, the Cargeras and the Rathicons, but people will put a lot of value. A team that can win a level 5 can get a tower to level 6, which is pretty nice for anyone looking for a stronger tower or points. But right now, very even match, Tazzik. And
Ruined Experience is on
gone,
one hand Frost, too. Look at him. I haven't seen that in a while.
I don't hate it, but
I wonder what W he's using, right? That kind of makes that weapon. It changes up how you play it a lot if you're on one hand Frost, because most of the Frost you run like the Blink or something, right? Or the bomb.
Nova, always, I think.
Yeah, Genito's going to go down. So it's Lightsworm. This is a 2 kill for the red team, but blue team has a little bit of pressure on them. Cycles and Frodo pretty low, not able to keep chasing. They might go for caps here. They are going to lose the 10 tick, so they're just trying to get a kill into Black Tar Salmon. Nom is going to go for the Razor Cut.
Did you see? Did you see where that fire came from? By the way, the artillery came from mid. The artillery, Cycles was channeling that from the choke point, or just on the pillar at the choke point. And the stick range of that artillery, like I don't rate it at all, especially in a quarterstaff tank meta. But when the fire is uncontested and can just channel that, it's so annoying. It's such a great control weapon. And he was there on that corner where he is now, and was just able to rain it down all the way home. And look at this. This is where it's good. See?
Yeah,
he's able to they have to
banging.
geyser him. And now they've got to push this very awkward open fight while the fire just pumps them from up there.
Lightsworm already half HP Gnome with a really good triple man or 3-man Razor Cut. He actually faked him out there. Thought they were going on the front line. Cycles very far. Aggressive rolls nothing. Gonna go down to 1 bar. Has to get Guardian helmeted. They do have 1 more, but the shield gets instantly used.
Wow.
He is gonna go down. Such burst on that guy. But Ruin Experience is also getting hard pressured in that back line. He does have to pop his own Guardian helmet. And it's looking like Gnome wants something to happen. He's going to blink out of there instead, though. And IFO, the bow, just trying to walk out Black Tar Salmon. I mean, this is a 5v4, and blue team is still trying to hold their own, but now they're just getting run over back to the choke. Why did they go so
aggressive? Like, they could have just peeled them back and let the fire rain it down. And they could. That was a Guardian helm, a Judy armor reset, plus the heals on top, and an evasive jump, and he still got put in the trash can. Like, he is super squishy without that firewall. Firewall would have just prevented a lot of that follow-up damage, but he's on the old artillery purity. The build, I'm just not a fan of it. Like,
yeah, I think firewall's so good. You even do your team so well with it, right? Whereas artillery, the other tank just shuts you down, and then what do you do? I
think artillery is one of those things that if you're winning, it makes you win harder, right? But it doesn't help you when you're on the back foot.
Whereas something like firewall is going to help you immensely, right? Yeah, a good firewall,
you win a fight. Reset. And these bear paws just get hard stopped by it. Even though bear paws is faster, it just hard stops them. And there's so many of those right now.
Frodo Baggins, he's actually swapped over to Reckless Swing to stop Genito's auto attacks on that bow. I actually really like it, right? You lose a little kill pressure because you don't have that stun run anymore. But if the bow can't do anything, then your team's chilling. So he's going to be looking to shut down that bow this whole fight. Just keep getting that W off on him. Ferelia is really far up, though, for a healer right now. He's in front of his entire backline trying to get the heals on his team. And look at Cycles. He's about to drop some artillery fire on this choke. Just keep going. There it is. On to Black Tar Salmon. Oh, Light Swarm. Yep, it's just going to keep chasing him down. This healer is going to get knocked up by the enemy team's Hallowfall as well. Frodo dropped the rocks here, which is really weird because he was in a really good spot for it. And now his team is getting pressured up north. They actually just kill Cycles on them. They just momentum swing on him. He's just out of position there up top, gets bombed. And now they're going to look to turn it around a little bit more. Ruined Experience doing work on this one-hand Frost. He keeps catching him out with that root whenever he's out of position.
So now they're rotating back mid.
Lights were blinking up, or rolling up, rather. I'm really liking to see all these royalties back now that they buffed the the range of it, right? They reverted an old nerf to the range rather, and
It's
now
like
everyone's
watching a
playing it
river
again.
full of salmon now, though, isn't it? They're like through the
Yeah.
air every time.
That's what I mean. We used in like season 2, we used to call it the monkey's jump because it was just so weird, dude. You're just in the air
It was like
rolling.
slow motion, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was like the hang time, the Michael Jordan. Like, ooh, but now it's really fast. It's a nice looking animation.
Yeah.
I always loved the assassin shoes because it was such a clean feeling ability. I love abilities with no stand time and no like cast
Exactly,
point.
right?
It just feels responsive, even with like 120 ping. But yeah,
And that's what made it
this
so
fire, I don't know.
OP.
He's just getting dumpstered when he goes out front.
He keeps going too aggro, right? And I guess he might think that like, oh, I have 3 things that are sort of defensives on my armor, so maybe that'll help me, but it hasn't 2 times now. So he needs to
Frodo kind
really
of
try to play
misplayed
a
in that
little.
last fight as well
He
because you
did,
called
though.
out that he had forceful swing, but he also purged the bow. Like in my
Oh,
mind,
yeah.
if you're going to forceful swing the bow, then you purge the scholar's robe on the frost. You can shut
Mhm.
down like pretty much their entire backline that way.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of keeping this bow in check right now. The ray of light's going to come in on him. So Janito's just going to try to play to keep Frodo low, right? So if Frodo has good movement, he's going to keep dodging those Qs and not take any damage. Meanwhile, the red team is taking a ton of damage. Rune experience 1 bar. Gnome looking to maybe razor cut back in when it comes up in a few seconds onto him. Ferellia doing a good job of keeping the heals though. And now they're all caught up in the backline. The frost should start hitting Frodo, push him off the bow so we can start getting something going. Look at this fire though. Cycles is just rolling in place on that halberd. He's going to tank
A
that
lot of
E.
return though.
He's
Lot
going to
of
have to
return
come
damage.
down this choke. They're all so low, and the red team has big momentum right now. The Geyser hits 2 into the frost bombs coming in. It's a 5-man guardian helmet to save them all. The hollow fall does come in as well. Lets Frodo go in a little aggressively. He gets a really nice forceful swing off onto 4 members of the red team. They still have to keep kiting on the choke, and the fire can't do anything on the defensive right now. He's not putting out any damage. Gnome barely able to stay alive, and now Ifu and Cycle's looking to do something on this corner here, but Janito's just going to start bombing him with the bow. Yeah, this fight's over.
That was really good peel, but yeah, like you said, Tazzik, once they're on the back foot, Cycles had no chance to get artillery off, and he could just push that halberd off of him with firewall.
Yeah,
like,
and then you can stand still and start bombing him too, right? Like, why not
even
just put
bomb
the
him or
firewall
pump
down?
Qs? Like,
Ifro is going to get the top cap. They trade top for bottom. It's very even right now, 32-41, but the 10 tick will come in for the red team to tie it up at 32-31. So Frodo's looking to make something happen. He's going in already.
oh,
He's
he's
forcing the
forceful
front line. Yeah, both halberds. It's going to look really bad
has
for them
the
up there.
purge now.
It's a double row of purity play from the back line. They've used almost everything over there. They might need to be very careful here. They're going to actually use a Hallowfall aggressively onto Nom to try to keep him staying alive in that back line, do some damage, but he's walking in circles, not really able to do much. Rune experience stepping up a little far here. They're going to kill Cycles again on the dive, though. Both of those halberds and the carrying collar just taking him out again. And I mean, with a firewall, right? You can push him off, but you blink out of it, do something, roll out of it. Maybe his tank needs to help him a little bit, but this is just going to cause a loss for the game now.
Yeah, they're blinking forward. They're going hyper aggressive. And Light Swarm, he's going hyper aggro. And the second the bow turns on him, he's not using his Scholar Cowl for energy. He's just using his Scholar Cowl to mitigate the physical damage from the bow. It's just so that he can sustain in the back line. And as long as he's not sitting in the fire, they can't push him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's just too tanky with that physical resistance. There's no, and the Infernal's not threatening without either a Royal or a Druid. You need to ramp up that damage for the snapshot. Otherwise it's just meh, isn't it?
That is the last level 3 going. Actually, I think
That
that's
was
the
16
last.
minutes. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think that might be the last one in general. Bogul can kind of give us. Yep. Okay, that's the last gate. Sorry, the last crystal for now. We will have level 5, so maybe a little bit longer, better action coming in about 14 minutes. We can, however, like hop over to some hell gates and stuff. There are a lot of people doing 5v5 hell gates right now. It's a very poppin'.
Interesting that these people are 5v5 in the Hellgates and not doing crystals, isn't it? Really, I like it.
I mean, I think it says the rewards, right? Why would we go do level 3 when we can just go around and do some?
I was
gates?
making bank today in those Hellgates. Like I was like tanks were dropping 1 mil of loot. Like people running like 6-3 tenacity hoods, 5-3 excellent duties, stuff like that. And then the chests were good as well, between 0.5 mil and 1 mil, like in the chests.
Yeah, man, the loot from 5s is especially too with the IP.
The fame is right down though.
Yeah, I heard a lot of complaints about infamy as well. Actually, people are losing way more than they're gaining. And For
Well,
some complaints about it.
not if they don't win. If they win, they don't lose anything.
Yeah, but what I
Just
heard is
saying.
when they died, my man, I think it was Cargera's team, like, yeah, I died, I lost, like I'll make up a number 700, and then we win the next fight, and I got 49.
Yeah,
So
but like you lose a proportion of your
balances
inventory.
out
If
though.
you're the
Yeah.
top, you're always at risk. It's like
Mhm.
like an MMR system.
And they are the top, right? So they do lose
Yeah,
way more
yeah,
than everyone else.
of course.
In chat, we have Onslaught asking if we watch faction fights. This show is a Crystal 5v5 show, so we're kind of flexing to some Hellgates before the next Crystal. But we do watch faction fights on this stream, right? Different shows watch it. Even we can watch it. I'm actually on Flying Pope right now. We just got into a 5v5. They're about to fight. If you want to watch over here and just put it on in the background as we wait for the
Yeah,
next Crystals. I already typed that name in for you, actually.
yeah, I
And
got
yeah,
it. I
so
got
this
it.
is where you're gonna see differences, right? Hellgate's where people test stuff. This guy's running a nature in the back line there. My man's trying it out. We're gonna
You've
see
got a lot
outside
of
of
room to
Shadow
peel in a
Caller.
lot of these maps, haven't you? So
Yeah.
the nature's actually quite decent if you're going to play more peely, or if you're playing like a longer comp. Nice use of the shadow caller for the clap there.
Look at that blight
The
staff.
blight stuff. Yeah, and with the duty down, it's not bad. Like
Yeah, it does
the
some
output
really good
is good.
healing.
The fact that it can't be interrupted, the fact that you get movement speed as well now, I definitely think it's good. I do just I don't know.
Powerful's just too good, right? On the
Well,
choke
it's the
5v5
total
map.
output, right? Because all you've
Mhm.
got is 3 stacks, right? Plus your blight. You don't have anything else. With Holy, you can always heal them again with Generous Heal. But if someone's got 3 stacks, it's good if you can keep the damage spread, though. And the hammer is good at giving you those windows for the regen to kick in. But like now, there's nothing else for Flying Pope. Like he's got 3 stacks. He just has to suck it up until the next blight. And the Judy blight
Mhm.
should be good here. Here we go.
These yellow 5v5s are also wild. Like people just throw
Oh, is this
spells.
yellow?
And,
Okay.
yeah, this is a yellow. People in yellow 5v5s, people just throw spells, dude, and they just try to see what's happening. Like, because they're not in a red, they're not comboing a lot and like making a
I don't
game
know.
plan
I
diving.
actually have found them like quite try hard. Like
Really, in
yellows.
yellows?
Oh,
I think they're really try
okay.
hard, but I
So
love the way they use their spells. Is what I'm saying.
I did this. I did a sponsored stream with one of the guys from Fextra Life at the weekend and on Friday. Like it was an introduction to Albion with big content creators, and I took them to some 2v2 Hellgates. We met like yellow 2v2s. We met Claymore Life Touch like 4 times in a row. Like pure sweaty
Claymore
2v2s.
Life Touch,
And we
yeah.
were trying to play like bow crossbow and stuff like that. And I was like, right. The next day we came back and I was like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. I was like, you stick on your bow and I'm going iron root and I'm going to show these guys what cheesy is. And then it was so funny. They couldn't touch us from then.
Dude, look at this match with Vacanon. Vacanon went down, but his team is still going. They have no mana, though. None of his teammates have any mana. Combat Sandwich is going to go down, but they're still trying. The Lacko's trying to run
Vox,
through that
Yellowstone
nursery.
Vox, man. The
Yeah.
owner of
The
Hellgate
fleet GM, dude.
Discord.
Yeah, in a yellow. Well,
Warrior.
yellows are still really cool, right? Because you get to learn with your team, teach them, right? Because I'm sure he's also maybe hugging with the boys in his guild, the fleet.
Do you know what? I said this the other day. I think it was on the Saturday show. Faction warfare has shown me that just because you take away the loot aspect doesn't make it less fun. It really doesn't.
For sure, yeah.
And I think people will now take that mentality that they've discovered in faction warfare and be like, wow, we could actually do yellow Hellgates. They're not, do you know what I mean? They're not horrible.
It's a good place to practice, right? With your team of 5, especially if you're new to the scene, right?
Especially in 10v10s, like 10v10s until they change that IP. Holy moly!
Yeah,
Like,
man.
It's hard enough.
10v10s
It's
need some
hard
work.
enough getting 10 people together, but then telling them that they've got to wear 8-1 equivalent each
Yeah.
and go against like 20v20
Yeah, the thing
DVGs.
is too, it came out at a 1200 IP requirement with a 1350% soft cap, which is insane, right? And so now it's being lowered to 1100 requirement, which is a lot better, right? Much more in
Yeah.
line. But 1300 IP with a
Because you're still
50%
hitting
soft
that.
cap,
You're still hitting that in flat 8.
yeah, like man, it's too high. I think, right? You need to lower that, especially if you're going to keep the 50% soft cap. There are people running into like 1400 IP guys in a Hellgate. Especially with 10 people, you're pugging, you're having fun with it. Like I really think if we
You're not
want the
hugging. You're
average
like,
player to do
honestly,
it,
this is the problem, isn't it? The full loot ones, right?
Mhm.
No one wants to pug because you've got these like try hard GVG pugs,
Exactly,
right?
and this insane gear because they just keep winning.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't mind gearing up. They all like as long as there's enough teams running, it doesn't matter if there's a super good team because they're gonna get fights and you're gonna meet them once in a while.
Mhm.
But the less teams there are, like the less fun it is because you meet that team more often. So I think the important thing is making it rewarding enough that a 50-55% win rate is a decent payout.
Yeah, I also think too, Albion historically, right, is much more of a X versus Y kind of game, and we see in the open world like X versus Y versus Z versus A sometimes, but in the 5v5 10v10 instance combats, we never really had more than an X versus Y, right? I would love to see like a 20-man gate like we have with 10v10, but it's actually just four teams of five instead. Now there are problems with that, right? Just getting the four teams of five into the gate is an issue, but that would be so cool to have four different teams in the gate instead of just the two.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I think that would be a laugh, but I also think it would be an absolute mess.
Oh, it would be
I
so
think it would be
stupid, right?
so chaotic.
Uh, oh, that's a
The worst thing
four-man
is you
stun.
need everybody to survive to continue. Do you know what I mean? And in these
Yeah.
crazy battles, I don't know.
Man, it would be so nuts for like a day with five versus five versus five versus five, right? Because like imagine you're meeting up in the middle and everyone is on a choke and they're afraid because they don't want to get third partied and then fourth partied, so no one wants to engage the 5v5 fight.
Oh, mate, anything, but that would definitely make it more interesting, though. I
Yeah, for
absolutely
sure.
agree with you. I had a cool idea as well. Actually, I was like, now we have four formats essentially: corrupted, twos, fives, and tens. Right? I'd like a sort of a rotating, like one of them is boosted each day, and it
Yeah.
rotates. So like one of them gives 300% fame, 300% loot modifier that day, and then the next day it's something else. So one day it would be corrupted, the next day it would be, twos, then fives, then tens, and kind of encourage like one format to be pushed per day. Because
Mhm.
I think if you boosted the reward, it would put people out of their sort of comfort zone of I only play this format. Because you get a lot of people that only play corrupted or they'll only play twos with their main partner. And I think they could be encouraged to try other formats as well.
Right, because it's spread out over the format. So boosting one, you coalesce a lot of it back into the one, and it just
Yeah,
helps out a lot. It would be a cool idea for sure. But we do have level five crystals coming in just
oh
under 5 minutes as well.
baby, who is
So we need
that? Is
to
that our
get
final
some.
match of the day?
Yeah, yeah. So after the fives, that's all we
Oh, you
got
guys have
for
it easy
today.
on Tuesday. We we
Yeah,
we stream
man.
for like 2 hours on a Tuesday on a
Well, so the
Saturday,
thing is,
man.
normally we'll have
Tuesday crew.
games in between, right? We'll stream a VOD and then show it right after, but unfortunately, Chosen's not here. He is the one who normally does that. So we will go in just under 5 minutes onto the level five. I don't know if we want to make a poll going since it is a little harder. Maybe Bogul. It's up to you if you have some names you want to throw into a poll, or we'll just pick ourselves. It's all good. Yeah. Also, too, if anyone in guild chat is doing a level five, or if or in guild chat in the Twitch chat, if anyone is doing a level five, or of a friend who is, we can also watch them. This Flying Pope team, though, has just won the last two 5v5s they've gone up against. So now it looks like they're on a mirror team. Looks like everyone is running the same thing they are. Oh, except for the bow, it looks like. And the curse staff from the Great Curse. Interesting to see how this
Nice.
fight will turn out. I also really like to see, right? Look at this, man. I remember like preseason one Hellgates, you just rat and stay on the choke and wait for the other guy to push you on the
Yeah,
choke.
yeah,
And
yeah.
people are like, nah, fuck that. Let's wait until we fight in the open. I really
I
like the
remember
new
I remember when
map layout,
Hellgates were
right?
like when they were at their sort of lowest pop, there was like almost a code of conduct between the remaining people. Like, right, once you see the other team, everybody goes top and clears the mobs.
Yup.
And if
Yeah,
you
you
if
fight
you
left
if
to
you
right.
disobeyed the Hellgate code of conduct, you were shunned in the community.
Yeah, I
And that
remember
was
that. I
me. That
remember
was that
that.
was me and my TPG team. We used to charge our Galatines up on the mobs and then blink
Oh,
in.
Blink, yeah. Dude, I remember I hated that stuff, right? Because back then it was Hellgates were at such a bad state that it was the same guys every time, and they're really good 5v5ers mostly. And so
Yeah.
you want the real legitimate left to right angle fight, right? You don't want some nonsense blinking Galatine clap.
Oh, flying Pope a little bit.
He might go down to
He's
that
okay. He's
Poe.
okay. He's okay.
And where was
Lust,
this
my
guy
boy, is
at?
a 5v5 enthusiast. He's loved it since the day the server came up. He's always trying to get people like, do you know what? I love this guy because he's constantly trying to get new people to come to yellows with him. He will take anyone, regardless of experience, and try and get them into 5v5. He's always been passionate about it. And Yeah, he's a good guy. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
He's
All right,
he's
so
been
Lewpac, who do you want to watch, dude? We got Marvin, FS Petite Fields, Baby Guega, About Feeder, Rafikon. Pick a name.
all the boys. The Cargera team.
Yeah, we have more than
The
that, but
Cargera team is straight up skipping Crystal Fives,
yeah, they're
right?
sitting in reds right now. They're actually in a fight if you want to
Farm.
hop out of a
Yeah,
Cargera really
I'm
fast,
saying,
though,
but
bro.
they're skipping Crystal Reds to Hellgate.
It's
Um,
such good rewards. It's constant content instead of just the
yeah,
do a
but
5 and then you're done. Yeah.
isn't Shiro paying a lot of money for these guys to be leveling towers and earning points? And they're like, nah, mate.
Maybe they got
To be
caught up
fair
in
though,
this.
to be fair, they've two-time world champions. They probably make the demands now, don't they?
Cargera's
They
team
they
lost like 3 times today also in these Hellgates. They haven't been winning every time.
Yeah, I know. But that's because people are coming with rowdy stuff. I have met some insane SEA teams today. Right, I've been dumpstered by some people I've never seen before today with a decent team as well. Like they're one of the great things about fives is because it's 24/7. People get a ton of practice, and people are just better at the game. I actually
Yeah,
saw Derek talking about this on a Discord, and he said like the average skill level of fives is much higher than it used to be. Like
for
that's
sure.
why we see a much more competitive environment. But Cargera and the boys do persevere and drop it like it's hot on these boys, but they're not going to be doing this. That's very weird. Do you want to go to Marvin?
Yeah, we can watch Marvin on the level
Watch a
5.
cheeky little bit of Marvin.
Oh, we have a poll.
Oh, did
Yep, so at the top of the Twitch chat, there's a poll on who you want to watch. It goes by the tank's name. So we have Marvin, Baby Guega, FS Petite, About Feeder, Rafikon. It's like some good teams coming in. Oh, Marvin's playing with the boys and nice guys to this day. Okay. I thought that guild died.
did you? No, I think he's kind of revived it a little bit. There's only 5 people in it. Did you hear
Oh,
Derek's clip of Derek going off on Marvin the other day?
yeah. That's classic Derek, though, man.
Oh, mate. No,
Wait,
I
this clip going off on Marvin. That wasn't even the best one. Did you see the one going off on Ravid? That one's better, dude.
Oh, link me that after the stream then, mate. Let me see. All right, so where we going?
Baby Guega won by 1 vote. All right.
Baby Guega. What is he? 13? No, what's his not? What is he?
1-1.
Baby Guega.
Just 1. 1-1. Just 1-1.
Yeah. What? Not okay.
Not 11, just 1.
All right.
The number.
This team's been strong, but they've not been that consistent. And we're going to see that about feeder team again.
Oh, no, they're
with
on
the
Black
Hand.
Hand.
Starting
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't like this, man.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, if he
swapped
plays
the
it
Spear Hunter.
differently, fine. But
Looks like
So
he
the-
just swapped the Spear Hunter right when he saw the team they're up against. I wonder if it's because he saw the Evan song and he's like, I don't want to play it into that.
yeah, all the black.
Wait, he swapped back to Black Hand. What? He swapped what? What is this guy doing?
I have no idea, unless the bow swapped or something. Maybe the bow swapped off because he saw the black hands. Bam, there you go. That's the punch onto it. The Devastator, 1-1 caps, and the
But now
Eagles
what?
on the choke. Let's go.
What is that so not easy do now? I don't know. These Black Hands, he's just running
He
around
needs to
doing
keep
nothing.
punching.
Yeah, he's
Stay
doing
in there.
nothing.
Drain their energy. Punch them. You just walk around. It's not a ranged weapon. You got to do something else. Let's go.
He's gonna go
Oh, he
back
rolled
onto
that
I
one though.
Imagine. Yeah, I Imagine is playing this pretty well as well on the Arcanes. The Evan song, he got a nice one on the choke there.
Oh,
He
that's
misses
dirty.
that. Oh no, he gets a 3-man on that one. Really well done. And look at Sheffy. He just wants to keep going on these clumps with the Razor Paw, but that not so easy. He's not really doing too much. He keeps jumping on prenatum though every time. Okay. Getting hit down to half HP, misses his Q a few times here, but he's going to chain slash in. Look to maybe do something with this mana harvest.
Oh,
but he's
that's
going to
nice.
get
That
impaled.
was a nice Devastate.
Yeah, Imagine needs to be very careful, though. He is going to sidestep that Corrupting Steel, try to make it back to his team. Another 4-man Evan Songy coming down. Dark Sphere doing work right now.
Spheezy's actually running single target on the curse as well.
I
Nice.
honestly prefer Vile Curse, but on this choke map, I really do think Curse Sickle's better. But Vile Curse is so much more fun to play. You can really do a lot more with it and like feel more impactful. But this is a double stun coming into the full hammer. Baby Guega is doing a really good job of keeping the pressure high onto this healer. Lil Fita not going to be able to save his boys for too long. He's going to have to blink it away into a geyser. Sheffy trying to come back to his team and get some HP. They're going to double pull him or something. They keep going. Mester is going to have his Corrupting Steel back up soon. He's looking to maybe go on Little Fita, who does not have blink. They don't geyser him. I think that was a mistake. They should have gone for the
That was
kill onto him.
nice resist from him as well, actually. Oh, he just gets
just
caught on
barely.
the other end. And just as
Really close one.
not so easy comes out, he's not going to do anything. Tries to loot him. Oh, is he going to regret that? Is he going to regret that
He got
loot? I think
blinked.
he is.
Robo
Oh,
Purity
good
buys
side
Veto.
step.
Oh, he blinks forward.
Oh, what a roll!
Oh,
Oh, he doesn't. He dies.
That
Oh
was
my
a
goodness.
very close one. Yeah, he was getting outplayed hard by those teams. Very well played by both those guys. He almost.
Ah, that was
Yeah, man.
nasty.
I really don't think those black hands are doing too much for you, man. Maybe
Nah,
swap it off.
it just doesn't. It just doesn't feel impactful. Honestly,
It's the team comp too, right? Like they have a great curse, bear paw, black hand. What is the black hand doing in that comp?
purging the bow is the theory, but it just doesn't do enough
Right.
damage.
Well, so
He,
the thing
he
is
pops
too, you
his
know,
soldier, the bow pops his mage, so and he's got no protection against that purge. And they're getting so much anti-damage out of this even song that they're just gonna lose on momentum.
yeah, he's hitting 3-man, 4-man dark spheres. He's doing work with that. That's not so easy. He goes in for his E and he immediately gets chucked down to 70%. That's just by like 2 people as well at the
That
start
was
of the
nice though. They
fight.
used the geyser to prevent the evasive jump to make sure the black hand's connected, but that's a combo that's quite easy to mess up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's trading with Mr. Zen. He's actually getting some damage off here, but now they turn on him.
Getting hard out traded though, right? And look at that dark sphere, another 3-man coming in. This guy's hitting really well, Evan Songs, man. He's doing work on this thing.
Wow. Okay, the black hands that did some respectful damage on the back, but they weren't able to finish it. They are getting really good pressure out this time though. This looks a lot better, but as you
He's
call
doing
it,
more with
Tazzik,
it. He's
he's
staying
getting
in
pressured
with it.
out.
He's trying to stay in as long as he can this time. Before he was just auto running back, and I imagine in Prenatum are having to run from him up there on the top side. They're going to get another triple dark sphere on them though. This is not looking
This is
good
just
for them.
shutting down the push.
Yeah,
Every time
can't
they get
shut.
pressure, they're getting shut down.
Yeah,
Jeffy,
not so easy.
though,
He's still walking at Prenatum. He's going to get the black handy, but Zveta immediately Halifal. He's on top of him trying to do some work. Make sure you can stay in this fight. He's going to swap back onto Mester Zen in the front line, but look at Imagen on that choke. He's going to have to get bubbled. The chain slash comes in into a double bullhammer stun. Prenatum in trouble here. Stalker comes down, but they don't get the black hand knockback towards the back line. It's a really good corrupting steal from Mester Zen onto the choke, though, but they're just going to walk that one right out. And now these guys are in trouble on this choke. They should not keep fighting.
Oh,
Because Zveta got caught with the chain slash.
back then. If he'd have punched Sabata, they would have killed him. He punched the bow instead.
It's really cool, right? Because you can chain slash position, punch back to your team, and he just didn't do it.
It does
right?
make sense, but it's not the easiest to use.
Mm-hmm.
They need to take this fight though. Little Feeta is out of energy here, Tazzik.
Baby or Svetu is capping. They're gonna go for the stop onto this, and yeah, like you're saying, Little Feet is completely out of mana. I'm sure he has. Oh, he's just done. Yeah, he's just done. Insta combo. The Dark Seer is gonna connect onto About Feeder, and I imagine now stun here. He might be looking like the target of this pressure. About Feeder gonna get hit with the impale, and I'm sure this guy's dead. Yeah. What a little comeback, blue team. Yeah, they're getting pushed back a little bit. Red team almost had it, and the Dark Sphere just kind of stops it all. I will say though, man, I think Evan's song, Dark Sphere, great ability. Right, it's doing work right here. What about Dark Matter on the curse? Can I get a buff?
Dark Matter, the bouncy ball.
Yeah, the bouncing ball, dude.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Baby Guega is running the pole hammer. He is using geyser on it. It does work. You know, it's a really good CC weapon. It's underused more so in 5v5s than the Staff of Balance, though.
I think it's getting a resurgence though because of the lack of cleanse, and also I really love it. I really love it in an even song comp, because there's very rarely going to be 2 cleanses in the lineup in the current meta, and on top of
slow About Feeder
that, it like a good stun guarantees that your Dark Sphere is going to land.
Yeah. Svetu thought he was about to get purged and just rolled nothing. Gonna get purged now is a big misplay by him. He's gonna do no damage right now for the next 30 seconds or something like that. Baby Guega hard out playing, and the Dark Sphere. But the Dark Sphere does not connect onto anyone though, so they can keep diving here. Little Feet looking like he wants to get some heals in his backline. Baby Guega finally getting pushed back, and Mesters and Imagen. Yeah, they're very low, but they turn instantly onto that. Not so easy. Really good geyser just to come back and hit that, and then just kill him. Mester Zen might be in trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a trade, and the bleeds are still doing a lot of damage. If Feeder lands a big stun here, there's a problem. There's the geyser. Does he have a stun? No. Wow. And now they can 4v4 it. It can 4v4 this fight to prevent caps.
Yep, they will get the 20 tick. Red team not even going to go for the cap. They're still just fighting with the choke, waiting for their 5th member. They can't go for it. Their blue team pushes up. Prenatum half HP already on the choke. That not so
That's
easy.
if needed,
Finally coming back.
Easy needed to go for a back cap there. I don't know why he came back to the main fight because they
Mm-hmm.
lose in 45. He needed to go for a back cap, like because even if they kill one now, they're just gonna get run down on the point. And look at this, these guys just know it as well, don't they? The Blocko team,
Uh,
hide at the back, chill. They don't even need to push.
that not so. I don't know if you are watching this guy's micro. He's literally walking to them, getting hit, and then walking back. He did
Yeah.
nothing right there, just soaked damage and then ran away. Now he's running this guy down, looking for an E, but he's just gonna roll immediately. That not so easy. Got poison potion into the swap. He put down a half HP. Nothing to laugh about. And now Zvetu has to go and cap mid, or they lose in 10 seconds. So Baby
And
Guega
they're
just
not
gonna go
gonna get
stop it. And this one's over. A very clean victory for the blue team. Only one death. Looked
Yeah, it
very
was
strong the whole
looking
time.
good, wasn't it?
Up and there it is. They might get a little Fida here. They have 1 second. They didn't get him.
Oh, feels bad.
We do have another fight ready to go. Level 5 Dazo.
Okay, where are we going to?
This
Sorry?
one's a little
Zeo.
closer. It's DZEYO.
Yeah.
It's Onk in the last. I love Onk. He's up against Fat Next. It's a pretty convincing win right now for the red team, 120 to 30.
Oh, Onion, one of my favorite healers as well.
This
We're
might be
gonna
a full
see.
man wipe. They're gonna get a Halifal knockup. Your beam is gonna go down on that side choke. They're gonna actually run forwards for it with that halberd. The carrying collar, sorry.
Oh,
and
it's an ace. It's an ace.
ace. Yeah, this one's also over.
Good
Let's
stuff
see.
from this team.
TSRS is still in. It looks like he's actually just lost, so not one to go to.
Not.
Check out Meme. Meme is in a pretty close one. I mean, it's 2 minutes away from ending, but 93 to 27. MEEM. KFC against War Chiefs. It's like a Blaze guy as well.
Oh,
Actually looks like a pub.
Oh, the healer nearly stopped that. The healer nearly stopped the interrupt there from Meme. That's pretty.
Look at Tadabi,
cool
though.
play.
Davy's sitting on Zoom's out. He gets his pierce from his curse staff to even just keep chasing his Stalker Hood as well. That halberd, he did so much damage. Now he's just going to auto attack him to death without any mana. What a good assist from that curse staff. If they get one more kill, it's all over in 30 seconds.
Yeah, he tried. It was good. The healer tried to roll to the edge and land the heal, but Zumza actually just ran out of the heal. And there's the kill on the healer. And that is going to be GG, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, this one is definitely over now. This is the last level 5. I think we might have a few more going on, though. We can swap over to not level 5s, just other matches.
That's a great name.
Blacktar Salmon, one of the boys, gaming up in a level 3. We can go hit him up. 69 to 37. A little bit of a comeback attempt from that 37-point team, though.
Yeah, there's life in the old dog. Yeah, it's falling down and that versus ruined experience to be looks like a good match. Hit and run. Seen a lot of hit and run at the moment. Like there's 225 people in that guild. Like it's a pretty strong guild. They have a 20 million PvP requirement. So
I mean, that's a lot of people, 225. But have you seen Afghanistan with their 15,000 or whatever nonsense it is?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is they're a
solo
series.
guild.
They're not like, because often you get these guilds that have got a load of bangers, but there's only 20 of them.
Yeah,
They're like,
I'm saying
nice
they're all
guys.
bangers in this guild, like 200 of them.
I mean, I've seen a lot of bangers from that guild.
Okay,
doing a lot of stuff, but they don't. I think they're a bunch of guys that don't really like ZVZ. So
hey
they're
man, looking like peasants.
Huh?
Looking like old school peasants, dude.
Empire,
I'm talking
I guess.
Season 1. 36 to 48, though, right? These guys pretty close to winning. Rune Experience almost getting bopped down. He has to blink away while rooted to try to stay alive. I'm really confused about his build, too. I feel like surely a different offhand might be a little better with a one-hand frost.
Cast speed. More cast speed is just always the way for this shard. The more shards you land, the better you are. And the faster you cast, the more shards you land, honestly. Like, because it's such a slow ability, base speed. Oh, look at that AoE.
What is that combo? Yeah, and Blacktar Salmon's not even in that fight.
That's going to be GG there, because that's going to be 2 into 3 into 4, and then it's going to be a 3
And then they're going to get all the caps. Yep.
Is it the ace? Is it the ace? There's the blink. Oh, Ruin wants to catch him. He wants to catch him with the wind. Not quite.
We do have another match we can swap to, though. Palm Carnivore. This one over. Empire winning. Actually, this Pug winning this. This Hellgate team winning this.
Palm Carnivore has been around for a long time.
Yeah, which is weird why he's in a level 2, probably just playing with his boys. I've seen this guy in 5s before, you know, so
I mean, if fives are going on, usually you're reasonably safe to go into threes. But
He's just helping out his friends, I'm
yeah,
sure, you know.
twos exist for a
Yeah,
reason. I mean, how about Holy Buddy as well? Holy Buddy is an experienced player. Holy Buddy was leader of Native or something for a while, wasn't he?
I'm not sure on that. I'm sure Bogul might know. Surson instantly going down though right when I got here. This one-hand
Yeah.
crossbow from Kyozix looks like it's doing a lot of AoE splash damage. They just stacked up for his bomb as well on that. The carrying collar comes in onto Red Sasori, who's not looking like he wants to leave. Why is he walking back in, trying to save his healer maybe? But he's going to die for that. He is going to get that blink, but Palm Carnivore is going to catch him with this ironclad.
But one-hand crossbow. Love a one-hand crossbow, man. Still such a strong weapon. It's in his build.
Holy Buddy just dove 10 to try to get a kill. He went down really low.
Facebreaker, one-hand crossbow. Nice sort of tanky hybrid with the royal shoes. I still like it. I still think one-hand crossbow bow is a very good backline.
Yeah, I think it does a lot of damage.
Especially against these squishy tanks. Like Thetford Cape poison tanks, man. Because think of like the previous time we had the one-hand crossbow meta, right? You open up with your pierce bomb onto a tank. What does he immediately do at the start of the fight?
105 thinks he lives, right? He can insta res pot and stay in the back line. He's going to get his Martlock cape later.
Insta res pot, right? Now they're running poisons, no Martlock, right? He goes to half health. Like if you follow up,
there's not much he can do.
Yeah, and he has nothing to do against it. I like this.
That's why I think Curse might be. I think Curse might be able to like make a resurgence, right? Especially with Shadow Caller. I'm not sure Great Curse is that good in this meta, but I feel like with all these tanks playing so squishy, right? If they get rid of Guardian somehow, all of a sudden Curse becomes pretty valuable.
What about one-hand torch Grudge Curse?
See, the thing is, one-hand curse, there's 90 things to immune one-hand curse. It's so useless, man. But there's actually like a few other one-hand curses that you can put on, right? And if you put on the tank only, one-hand curse torch grudge on a tank just to shut them down to how squishy they are might be a tank killer, right? Because tanks don't have anything to get rid of that E.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what does he do if he gets a crossbow at the bottom? Like if someone has to come and Guardian helm him, or he's in big trouble, really. There you go. That was some fun GVGs for a Tuesday. We got any more?
Well, we're on a level 1 right now, X Vector. This one's 16 to 11. It's about to end soon. One more kill on the tick coming in. It could be anyone's game, actually. These guys are all really low. Oh, this Shadow Caller is missing every one of his curse sickles. I just go Vile Curse, man, and you can fit. He missed the Pierce as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is going to go down to 16 to 1 right now.
In on them as well. Oh, Noah. Next kill does it. On the Reds.
Yep, they are going to get the Pierce onto Radiorack. Maybe dive him, but he's just going to walk it out. Next kill does it, right? This one's just over if they go. Look at where Overfreight is playing. This guy's playing very aggressively on this little backline here. They're actually swapping positions a little bit with how they was playing. Going to roll back.
He's going to be okay. Red
coming in. Done. Oh, the Corrupting Steel on the wrong angle, but they are going to just take out the bow. And that is the last crystal that we were going to watch for the day. I want to point out in chat, we have a guy saying that 5s should be spammable content. It is, man. Hellgates are 5v5 spammable content, and they're popping right now. They have so many people playing them.
And if you get a fight, you don't have to do any PvE, right? Earlier we had a chain where we went in to someone else's gate, killed them, went into someone else's gate, killed them, went into the next gate. It was our gate. We got invaded and died. Came back, went straight into another gate. And just got another fight, and there was like this chain where we didn't do any PvE for like 5 gates.
You just keep going for the fights, which is the most fun part.
I kind of miss having those big juicy end bosses though. I wish there was still that end boss that gave you 500,000 fame.
Yeah.
But all of the other stuff despawned. That's how I would have it, because
especially if it's in a system like that too, right? Where you don't have to worry about a rat stealing it.
I used to love a 4-hour session and coming out of like 5 million credits.
So yeah, I will say Karina, Jojo, I don't know if you know this, right? But Hellgates are rated. There's infamy. So the best teams get placed against the best teams in 5v5. And you get matched based on your infamy. You lose infamy when you lose. You get it when you win. So it is rated, right? And 5v5s are popping. We have tons of people playing it. It's a way more diverse meta than the choke map of Crystals is. Because the map is so open, there's so many different places to fight, right? So it's really cool doing Hellgates. 5v5s are popping right now.
Massively popping.
10v10s, on the other hand, hopefully will be popping soon. We
Yeah,
do
yeah.
have some Hellgate shows in the future planned for when that does get ready, but that is all we have for today. I think the Tuesday is done for AOTV. Bogle, do you want to tell them?
Tuesday is concluded.
Yeah, very early, very early, but that's how I like it, right? We always get these last two bangers going in. Bogle, do you want to tell them when AOTV is live next? I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I'm still showing the last level one that's actually running. It's these guys have.
Oh, it's a 2 to 11.
Yeah.
This level 1. This is a nail biter.
How still going?
I don't know.
Wait, this is a 2 point to 11 point, 1 death for blue team. This is all over, and Nanos is super low. This guy, he's gonna barely get some heals coming his way, but I mean, it's over in 14 seconds. So red team has to go and get a cap. They're sending a guy back there, but Nanos is just gonna go stop it with a blink and pill. I wonder what's gonna happen here. Someone gonna die for blue team. 2 people look low. They have 4 seconds to get a kill. 3, 2. I don't think it's happening.
No, 1 point. They got the cap.
Oh, they got the cap in time.
Yeah.
It's 1 to 1.
There you go. Oh,
wait. They win.
red counter cap.
Red wins. Yep, red just counter caps bot, and they get
Fiend
it.
Robe, Guardian Helm, Fire. It's wild.
Oh,
It's a Wild
shit.
West Great Fire Fiend Robe. Love it.
Yo, level 1s are wild, bro. People do some weird
I
stuff.
actually don't mind
with
Fiend
level 1s.
Robe. Honestly, I think Fiend Robe's not even bad. Like,
I remember doing so the thing about Fiend Robe is Robe of Purity is just better, I think.
yeah.
There are some situations where Fiend Robe might be a little bit. I remember using Fiend Robe on Curse and just keeping people in corners, right? That was always fun.
Yeah, but I remember like your team losing because you were trying to make a
course, 'cause it was
montage
terrible.
play. You were
Yeah.
like busy trying to like bounce a guy in the corner. You're like, mate, I'm recording this for YouTube.
Dude, there
and then
was
it's like, yeah, but we're all dead, Taz. Oh well.
I
you know,
remember one
never
of the
mind.
times I like hard fucked up was when I was doing that, man. I had we were doing a really important 5v5 and I was like, oh, we're winning hard. Let me throw on a Fiend Robe. And then I put it on, and all of a sudden I'm trying to
You
get a
lost.
Votivale into a corner. We're winning hard, and then I knocked him back into my healer with the Fiend Robe, and instead he died. Asian Tan went down.
Mate, to
Unlucky.
be fair, if Asian Tan was your healer, you was probably losing.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not my boy Cajun Tan. Very
Yeah, Asian
versatile
Tan has
player.
his moments, He has his moments.
He was a good player. He was a good healer as well. What was his healing character called? I can't remember.
It was he had YouTube Asian Tan that eventually got healing fame, but it wasn't his main
He had a
healer.
healer.
It was
Farlina, yeah.
Farlina, right? Yeah.
Something like that. Wow. All right. Well, that's
Trip
some
down
good
memory lane.
action for this evening. Hope you've enjoyed all the AlbionTV content, and don't forget you can get it in condensed form over on the YouTube channel. So make sure you check out the links on screen. The boys will be back. When will the boys be back, Bogle?
We do have a little bit of a mix-up this week. We didn't do our war report on Monday. We didn't do our community show on Monday either. So we moved the war report to tomorrow, Wednesday, 17:45-ish UTC, and the community show to Thursday, 19 UTC. So we will have content tomorrow on Thursday, and then we'll back on Saturday with our regular 20v20, 5 versus 5, and then of course the war report as well on Saturday.
And there you go. Well, that's what you've got to look forward to, guys and girls. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight. This was AlbionTV. I wish you a very, very good evening from all of us here at the show, and we'll see you soon.